gentlemen, you're watching Eclectica. I'm Michael 7. Michael, we've got Dean on the East Coast. We've got Drew on the West Coast. Then if we take a little ride back on the East Coast, we've got Charles. And we have a special guest, Adaina. How you doing, Adaina?
Hi, how are you guys?
We're good.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to jump into, let's talk a little bit about you since, you're our guest today. And then we'll go into news shows, basically the feedback from the series. How's everybody doing? Movies, video games. We got some video game news. So you do cosplay.
I do. Actually, I've been cosplaying for the past, oh my God. I'm even embarrassed to say, but I've been cosplaying for a long time.
Okay.
I admin 2 cosplaying groups, 1 DC, 1 Marvel. Oh, actually 3. Sorry, I just did Game of Thrones also. I have my own charity.
Okay.
And I also work with comic conventions and help them out in the cosplay department.
Okay, well, how'd you get involved in cosplay? Let's start out with there.
By going to New York City Comic Con, it was a staple. We used to go every year. It's me and my children. I used to make their costumes. And then one day I was just like, I could do this. I mean, I modeled for many years, so I thought that was like the easiest form of modeling ever at first. And then I was just like, oh my God, this is just like, I love it. And I'm a big geek anyway. I'm a big gamer. So that was just a non-brainer for me.
So how'd you transition from doing that to doing a charity?
Well, the love that I have for my children, and I'm also now disabled, made me come up with the idea of giving back. I always gave back to my community in one form or another. But it was the love that I have for my children, and actually my disability that made me come up with Heroes. And Heroes actually caters to disabled and terminally ill children. I have 2 heroes. Right now, I have Joshua Santana, who is 8 years old, battling osteosarcoma and leukemia. And I also have Sean Kuko, who has Down syndrome. And what I do is I make them their own cosplay costumes, and I bring them with me to comic conventions, all expenses paid. Thank you. Along with showing them support in every aspect of life.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And it's different.
Yes, that's what I wanted to go for. Something different.
So everyone that gets involved, they get assigned 1 or 2, like their own hero?
No, it doesn't work that way. I have expanded. They're my heroes. I have expanded heroes where I worked out a contract with you guys are from New York. You guys in the East Coast. Are you from New York or other states?
I live in Jersey, but I work in New York. So.
Okay. Well, are you familiar with Montefiore and Jacobi Hospital?
Yes.
Okay. So, made a contract with Jacobi and North Central Montefiore Hospital to come in and actually visit the children in the ICU ward and the Peace ward. And I'll be able to bring cosplayers with me just to brighten up their life. Yeah, isn't it? It's awesome. I can't wait.
I like hearing stories like that just because you hear certain people say things like, oh, cosplay is just for people to get attention and the only reason that there's for, TNA purposes. And I'm like, dude, there's more to it than that. You have people that are really out there, just like it's a community first and foremost.
Yes.
And within that community, you'll have the occasional person like yourself who actually reaches out and gives to people who are in difficult spots, to say the very least. So I really like hearing stuff like that.
I agree. Thank you so much. I mean, I do agree. I mean, there are, just like any other community, like, the downside, the bad side of it. But in regards to the community, like, everybody's so welcoming and very accepting of one another that it's a positive. It's a positive, and it's very easy to get people involved into the charity aspect of things. Of course, you know, you have people that are in it for the wrong reasons, but I'm very careful with screening. You know, I always tell everyone, like, my kids are not photo ops, so no, I don't let a lot of people next to my heroes because of that reason. My website for heroes is ADA, Z like zebra, AE 2003 .wix.com/heroes, HEROES.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome. So, let's well, you know what? Before we transition, I do have one question, which I'm sure some people watching this might be thinking the same thing. How does your disability affect you being a cosplayer? Has it? Does it? You know, are you comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable. It's hard. It's very hard because I do have like to overdo it. I not only admin 2 cosplaying groups, I also admin, well, all in total 7, you know, because I have other geek groups that I'm part of. My disability, I used to do martial arts, so over time, I just ended up with a whole bunch of herniated disc, fractured that I didn't know about, a whole bunch of stuff, just degenerative disease, so constant pain in my lower back, and it affects my walking, it affects shooting pain down my legs. So it's kind of hard when you're trying to set up photo shoots for 300 people and dealing with 50 photographers, and then handling a table, having to run from one side of New York City Comic Con where you have your table at to, you know, all the way in the back. I don't know if you guys have been to New York City Comic Con, but where the cosplayers hang out is all the way in the back outside of the Javits Center. So it's quite a challenge at times, but I enjoy it. I don't let my disability define me. I mean, I pay for it later, but I don't let it keep me from letting me do what I love.
it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.